Adversity, defined as difficulties or misfortune. Adversity hits quick, and adversity can hit any human at any moment. And Nick Chubb is about to show you just how to build yourself back up and bounce back from adversity. YouTube gang, what is up? It's above me, and I am your boy, The Cloud. We are back with another banger breakdown video. Today, we are going to be talking about Nick Chubb. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on how I think he can bounce back from this injury. Is it comeback player of the year season? Question mark. If you are new here, be sure to stick around until the end of the video. And if you enjoy the vid in the end, drop a like. You could even leave a comment if you feeling like it. Let's get it. The Cleveland Browns running back Nick Chubb took a gruesome hit to his knee that shattered it completely versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm sure the entire world probably had the same thought when this moment happened to Nick Chubb.
It's over.
Nick Chubb is done. There's no way he's going to be able to come back from this injury that he suffered on this day, and rightfully so. We all just witnessed this man get his knee obliterated again. And this is the same knee that this man tore apart in college, and he worked his way back to strength to help him establish the NFL career that he has up until this point. But honestly, who are we to say anybody is done? None of us are Nick Chubb. And let me just state this for the record, because he could will himself back to strength, but it doesn't always mean he's going to be the same. Your input doesn't always mean you're going to get to your end goal, but your input does help you get closer to the end goal. And what you put in is what you get back. And the man Nick Chubb himself is out to prove that. Some of you may not be able to will yourself back to strength, but when adversity hits, I can. And this is just a bump in the road for me.
I use that motivation. I see everything. I've seen, it's not the first time someone has counted me out. So I've been here before, and I'm not really paying much attention to it, but I do see it, and I'm just focusing on getting better.
And with Nick Chubb set to return during the 2024-2025 NFL season, this is one of the biggest things that I am interested in watching this season. I was in the stands last year when he got hurt, and I remember how pissed I was walking out of that stadium. All the shit those piss hats were talking as I was leaving out of that stadium, some of the people just don't know how to separate humans from sport. And if you know me, you know Nick Chubb is my favorite Brown. I had my Nick Chubb jersey on. I was standing 10 toes in the middle of downtown Pittsburgh ready to throw hands with the entire city over my dog. But that's neither here nor there anymore, because the man himself, Nick Chubb, is going to show everybody what they forgetting. So cue to Roy Jones.
Y'all must have forgot.
During the offseason, Nick Chubb took a pay cut to remain with the Browns. He was due a large amount of money and decided to convert his money to a signing bonus. And a lot of his money is going to be earned through incentives. His money is a great motivator to getting back to where he was, but I like the fact that he believes in himself and he's betting on himself. He thinks he could get back to form soon enough to not miss much time, and the way he structured his contract shows that. Nick Chubb knows he has a lot of work to do to get back because his style of play requires a lot. He's one of the most patient runners in the league. He's very strong at the point of attack and has great balance. His vision is top notch. He has great field awareness, and I feel a lot of running backs don't always make the best decisions, but he makes great decisions when he's running the football. He has a great mix of power and finesse. He could shake you, he could get around you, he can go through you. He could find a cutback lane. He could cut in, he could get back out quickly. He could hit the hole with speed and break away from you. But he knows that his style requires him to be prepared for all types of runs. And he knows mentally he has to be able to do all of these things to feel like himself again. And he knows just what he needs to target to get back to full strength. We've seen this offseason, he's taking it one day at a time, and his progress is looking really good from what we've seen. We've been getting a lot of great updates leading into the season, and you can't count someone out who understands what it takes to build themselves back up again. Mentally, he shows he's very strong just based on his work ethic and the way he presents himself as a man. And a lot of what he has to continue to worry about on his road to recovery is building up that strength, confidence, and stability in the muscle surrounding that knee. You can see him working on his balance in these drills here, working on exploding through that left leg and absorbing the impact as he comes into the ground. This is important for putting force in the ground when he's making his moves, planting and cutting. The confidence in himself to be able to even do this drill this early is going to be important for him later on down the line. And like I said, he's been going through this. He knows what rehab is like. He knows how he wants to feel, and he knows how to go about getting there. He's taking it very seriously to get back fully healthy, and the game of football remains the same. So let's break down some film from his only 2 games last season, and let's see what he brought to the table last season and what I think will help him as he's returning from his injury. This play is an inside zone to the left of the field, and we know this because everybody is blocking down to the left in this line. The aim is to hit right through here. Now, the joy of having Nick Chubb is, once again, he has a great feel for the field, and this play should have bursted right through here, and he should be running for about 15 yards here. But when you have players not doing their job, that's when things don't happen that easy. Let's look at Donovan Peoples-Jones. He comes off the line of scrimmage, and I am truly probably just as confused as him. Because what the hell is this man looking at? Even off of the ball, his job should be to block the nearest defender. The linebacker comes right here to him, and he doesn't touch him. You can't tell me if he doesn't make this block, Chubb isn't running through this hole one-on-one with this safety. Peoples-Jones never touches anybody, actually. He's ruining everything with this piss poor effort, and I just hate it. But he doesn't even lay a finger on that guy, and that man comes and fills the running lane. Now, this is where Nick Chubb is one of the most gifted backs in the league. His pace is always on point. He isn't too fast, and he's at a pace where he could pick up speed, and he could decelerate easy if he needs to. His head is up. He's looking at the defense as he approaches the line of scrimmage. He sees his running lane closes, and his goal is to find a new lane quickly just to get back to the line of scrimmage. But the vision is key. He sees his lane and he bursts through with speed to turn a possible negative yard play into a gain of 6 yards. And his training during the offseason is for sure focused on helping him regain that confidence to drive out of the ground forcefully and accelerate with a nice bit of power. Now on this next play, another good play of Chubb seeing the running lane and exploding through the hole confidently. We got some outside zone action here with the left guard Batonio pulling to the left side of the field. He gets out there and clears that defender out, and Chubb does the rest by making the right cut off of him, and he turns this into a nice game. And once again, this play is just cut short by the cancerous play here of piss poor effort. Just watch this back. It's clear why this man is no longer in our locker room. Like, brother, what are you doing? Run this man off of the ball. Put hands on him. Something. He's just getting in the way of Chubb, not even of the defender. But look at Teller. He manages to block his man further than Chubb even ran on the entire play. That's the problem. Your entire team needs to be all in like this. But this is another reason why Chubb is working his tail off to get back on the field. Look at how his hogs are playing for him. And I'm sure they are just as intent on protecting him next season, just as excited as he is to run behind them again. On this play, the Browns are running inside zone to the right. Looks like Chubb's aiming point pre-snap is between the center and the right guard right here. At the snap of the ball, he's looking right into his running lane. The D-line, they run a stunt and they twist over each other, and one of them splits both blockers, clogging that running lane. This is where that awareness and those gifts from Nick Chubb come into play again. As he's identifying the defender stuff in the lane, he squares his body with the line. He gets his head back up the field to see what's what. He finds his lane, he makes his decision, and he's not indecisive or hesitant. He attacks it with speed and confidence. We saw a lot of good things from him early last season, and I know he's hungry to get back on track. Injuries stop normal people, but not this guy. Go listen to Nick Chubb talk in his recent interviews and listen to where his mind is. He knows everybody is doubting him, and he sees it, and he's confident to show you what is what. I'm telling you, he has to do the work physically. Get confident. The game is the game at the end of the day. It's easy.
It's easy.
Here is another play with the Browns running inside zone and Chubb using his patience when he feels the hole isn't there. And he finds another running lane that he likes. And brother, I do not know what is on this man's mind. It's a simple play like this that lets me know in those training sessions, he's attacking it 100% and giving that knee hell to get back. Because why didn't this man try to cut this thing all the way back here? I really never know why. He had ill intentions running towards 33. I don't know what he did to him, but he knew he was blowing past those two inside backers. They didn't want no smoke with him, and he just barreled into the defender. They both just bounced off of each other. But speed, power, and balance, that's what Nick Chubb possesses. Running backs understand the physicality of this sport more than anybody. It's honestly why Adrian Peterson was able to come back from that ACL injury and dominate. It's all a mindset. You got to be able to trust in yourself. You got to be able to trust in your work. And you got to be able to trust that the damage is fixed. When you know what type of player you are, you know just what you got to put yourself through to have that trust again. And I know Chubb is in those training sessions going crazy. Now on this play here, the center gets blown up here. The quickness for Chubb to know where he wants to cut back and the ability to hit the hole with speed, we are talking about the same things, but this is what he's done over the course of his career. We were honestly robbed of another amazing Nick Chubb season because he was rolling. And I'm confident that he won't be a shell of himself like people think. And I'm going to keep telling you, football is just as much mental as it is physical. All the squats he's doing, getting that knee ready to absorb some serious impact is going to matter. Inside zone handoff here, when Chubb sees a hole, he's going to explode through it. He's not hesitant ever when it comes to that. And this is another play of just that. The speed, running through arm tackles. When he's churning those legs, people don't want to tackle him. Another inside zone look here where he's just finding cutback lanes when there's nothing there. And he's making something out of nothing. Let me tell y'all something. Nick Chubb understands the assignment. He's a man on a mission still, and he's still out to prove that he's one of the best in the league. He's never not had a chip on his shoulder. So now he's even hungrier to prove he could come back from this injury, not once, but twice, and show he can come back stronger than ever. He got a whole city of Cleveland ride with him. He loved Cleveland just as much as we love him. He got a whole team full of people that respect him, and they love him just as much as he loved them. He want to be back out there. And I already know he grinding to get back out there. And in due time, once he conquer his mind and once he's confident in his body, he gonna be back fighting crime for the city of Cleveland just like our own local Batman. But what do we think about Nick Chubb coming into the season? Do we got any stat predictions? Please leave them down in the comments. What are we thinking? How many games does he see? Does he miss any games? Does he start all 16? 17? It's 17 games. Do we start every game? Make sure you leave a comment if you made it to the end of the video. Once again, I always appreciate you, man. I know it's been a while since I posted a vid, man. I work full time and nothing has really excited me. And I've been kind of typing this Nick Chubb video out as I've been going. I finally got it out. Here it is for y'all. If you've been rocking with me, I appreciate you staying here and being patient. When the season is rolling, we gonna have a lot more content coming. So please turn on that notification bell if you did not, okay? Say something positive to somebody, okay? Go spread some love, spread some positivity. Always put God first. Remember, at the end of the day is over with, okay? And always remember, never forget, it's above me.